Hi everybody, John here from ETP Canada. Today I'm joined by Stephen Ferraro from Ferraro Karate and Martial Arts here in town. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, John. I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, no problem. What we thought we would do is profile a business today that typically is completely brick and mortar, hands-on, physical contact to say the least, and how they've had to adapt and kind of make changes during COVID-19. So, Stephen, maybe walk us through what a typical day or week was like for you a couple months ago, and then what you've had to do now.
Typical day, a typical day at the karate studio is classes kind of start between the 5 and the 5:30 hour. You get down to the club. I get to meet everybody, bring them in. Each class has a physical workout component. Each class has a hands-on partner exercise and drills component. And we would be running classes until almost 10 o'clock at night. So normally used to about 5 hours of 100, 150 people coming in and out of the dojo, plus parents, to essentially running an online studio kind of in a virtual setting as it is right now. But normally, 5-6 days a week, we've got a good 5-hour period, about 100 and 150 people coming through the door, plus parents and so on and so forth. And so the community exchange and the physical component has changed a lot, to say the least.
Yeah. So what kind of stuff are you doing now to get online? What does the program look like now?
Well, the program itself is probably about the same, minus, of course, the physical component. As things started to unveil around the first day of March break, around the 16th of March, coming into the 17th of March, we slowly started seeing that things were moving towards a trend where this might be an issue for us long term. So a bunch of friends of mine who also run schools in North America, mainly the United States, started getting together and networking and talking about how we are going to kind of change the landscape over the next couple of weeks or foreseeable future. And so what that has done is given us an opportunity, and the majority of people are doing this, where they're doing Zoom conferencing for all the classes that are to be done, but also in addition to uploading those same classes to a Drive or iCloud or cloud server kind of software, where people can, of course, have access to them after the fact, so if they don't meet them in a live setting. So instead of interacting with these people in a physical sense, we are now running all the classes that we were running before, just now in a live component, which is a bit different because it's just me in a room with an audience that is kind of fictitious in how I develop it, but at the same time is also it's kind of business as usual. I've had to be creative about how I put together certain things. The workout component and the physical component of it is not entirely that much different, but how I want to get certain concepts of lessons across can be a bit different. It also includes a lot of partner stuff as well. So parents have the opportunity to join their kids and be a part of class, which has been kind of a unique experience. And a lot of parents have said they really enjoy doing it. It's given them a new appreciation for what it is that their kids go through when they're in class and the skills that they're learning.
So have you changed the lessons to incorporate the parents, or are they just replacing a second person from like a physical class?
It's a little bit of both. I constantly have, so not only do we have the live class that goes on Zoom, but it also goes on entire curriculum available to it. So the student can log in at any particular point and can pick and choose the curriculum pieces that they do need to work on. It gives them an opportunity to do that individually. But I do like to have the live classes be joined by parents if they wish to. If they don't wish to, that's fine. But yeah, the partnering drills and some of the things you have to do where you're working with people together have been replaced. So if parents are comfortable, but at the end of the day, it is challenging because you're trying to get students to do certain things and you want to ensure that they are doing those particular things, but you only have control over so many variables.
Cool. So, I mean, obviously you've done a great job of adapting to everything going on. Do you have any advice or tips for other businesses who are trying to, get things going as well?
Well, I guess the industry would dictate that, there's not a lot of anything really going on right now.
Yeah.
So people are looking for an opportunity to be involved. My my tip for anybody that's involved as an entrepreneurial right now, or an entrepreneurial setting right now, is just to get creative. If this is, we don't have any control over the things that we can't control. So what is it that you're going to do to provide that value to your customers? Right now, we're adding in extra classes. We're trying to add private classes as well. And just anything in and above and beyond that you can to show that customer base of yours that value that you're hoping that they see. And overall, things have been really positive. People have really gravitated to the online class. There's always going to be a percentage of your customers who aren't necessarily computer savvy, but I think everybody in these last 2 weeks have had to kind of shake it off and get used to the new normal and what that looks like, and start to integrate a little bit more with the digital technology and with the social distancing that we have to increase, of course, our social communication and what that looks like in a digital sense, in a digital space. So just redefining your physical space to a digital space and how that's going to work for you. And just to be patient and to try to unravel things slowly so that everybody can gravitate to them as quickly as they can educate themselves.
Yeah, that's great advice. I think getting creative is what you've done, and other businesses who are able to find a path through all of this. So congratulations on doing that, because it's easy to kind of just say, well, I don't know what to do now, but some creativity goes a long way often. So it's great.
Yeah. And it doesn't come without a sense of frustration. You can only rely on technology to replace the physical social component of being together in a space with someone. I think it's twofold. One, if you are a brick and mortar business and you do rely on, of course, that customer service component, this downtime should kind of reinvigorate you to how it is that you're going to interact with those people when they come back. But at the same time, technology has its own error and everything in between. So it's not a perfect process, but just readjust your approach every day and see what's working and see what's not working, and think about just fixing that right column. So if it's working, great. If it's not working, okay, how can we readjust this approach to make it either easier for people to consume or to interact? And then also thinking about the future and what that might look like as well.
That's great. That's good advice. Well, anyways, thanks for taking part in this today. I think that's some great feedback and advice for other entrepreneurs out there. And we're always trying to share this stuff with people to make sure everyone's getting I think some of the positive news that's out there, as opposed to just reading the headlines. So appreciate a lot you coming out today.
No problem, John. Thank you very much. And if anybody is wants to reach out and has a question or a concern or something that they're considering, but they're not really sure, feel free to email me. Most people can get a hold of me at ferrarokarate@gmail.com. That's FERRAROKARATE@gmail.com. And I'll get back to you just as soon as I can.
Great. We'll post that in the description so everyone has that information.
Beautiful. Thank you very much.
Thanks.